Good evening, I'm Shannon Bream in tonight for Bret Baier. We begin tonight with a political blast from the past. Former President Bill Clinton, a master of using the language to his benefit, once again carefully wording a statement to turn an apparent contradiction to his advantage. This time it involves a present-day dust-up in an important Senate contest. White House correspondent Wendell Goler explains.
It seemed like another chapter in the saga of would-be Pennsylvania Senator Joe Sestak. Former President Clinton asked Tuesday why he was campaigning for someone he tried to get out of the race.
You did not? Please. I wasn't even accused of that.
In May, the White House counsel's office said Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel had Mr. Clinton tell Sestak he might get an unpaid position on an advisory board if he remained in the House. But for a president who once answered a question by saying it depends what the definition of is, the question about Sestak Tuesday was poorly phrased. Sestak says the conversation took place a month before he entered the race in August of 2009.
Mr. President, I would never, I would only get out of this or not get into it at the time because I wasn't in the primary at the time.
For the Republican National Committee, that's a distinction without a difference. Officials flagged the Clinton denial for reporters. Protecting Arlen Specter was the White House concern in mid-2009. He'd switched to the Democratic Party a few months before, and officials wanted to avoid a divisive primary fight. Sestak launched the controversy, saying he'd been offered a job not to run, which would have been illegal. Now he suggests he may have misspoken.
I mean, I didn't try to parse the word there. Sure. And then I said, after that, no comment to the follow-on questions that were asked.
Now that Sestak is the Democratic nominee, President Clinton is firmly behind him.
It doesn't make sense to defeat Joe Sestak because we hadn't gotten out of the worst economic crisis since the Depression in a year and a half. The hole was too deep.
And now that the Democratic establishment is behind him, Sestak jokes about jobs he was offered not to run, like Rahm Emanuel's etiquette coach and the First Family's dog walker. Sestak was asked again about his conversation with Mr. Clinton at a restaurant in Harrisburg today. He told the Philadelphia Inquirer the former president was an emissary. Sestak said it was no secret Washington didn't want him to run, which in this tough year for incumbents may turn out to be a help. Shannon?
Wendell Goler at the White House, where it's about to open up. Wendell, get to safety. Thank you.